So, you're broke. Or maybe you just have absolutely no idea what business to start. Look, it's the question that stops so many people, trust me, I've been there, before they even get going. But what if I told you there's a super clear framework to take you from zero to your very first customer? Well, that is exactly what we're breaking down right now using Alex Hormozi's powerful 5-step system.
All right, let's just tackle this thing head on, right? This is probably the core question so many of you are asking yourselves right now. You feel stuck, you've got no cash, and maybe you've got 100 different ideas swirling around, but they all just feel wrong. But here's the good news, and you're gonna wanna hear this. Having no idea is actually the perfect place to start.
Right, because this whole thing isn't about pulling some magical perfect idea out of a hat. No, it's about following a proven process, a system that's worked for countless entrepreneurs. And by the end of this explainer, you are going to know what business to start, exactly who you're serving, how you're serving them, and you'll even have the exact message to go out and get your first clients.
Okay, so here's the game plan. It's super straightforward. First, we'll cover the what. That's your business idea. Then the who, your customer. After that, the how, your offer. Then we'll combine all of that into a perfect pitch. And finally, the most important part, action. How to land those first customers. Let's do this.
All right, first up, the what. This is the bedrock, right? The foundation of your entire business. But don't worry, we're not just going to sit here and brainstorm out of thin air. We've got a simple, powerful framework to find the answer.
In that framework, it's the 3 Ps. I absolutely love this because it is so simple, but man, is it powerful. See, pretty much every great business you can think of was born from one of these 3 things. A real pain you've personally overcome, a specific skill from your profession, or just a deep, burning passion. Let's break each one down.
Okay, first up is pain. This is all about a problem that you yourself went through and figured out how to solve. Hormozi tells this great story about his friend's wife who had 9 kids. I mean, can you even imagine the chaos of making lunch for 9 kids every single day? Well, she had perfected a system for it. And that system, born out of her own massive pain point, well, that's the seed of a business. So what problem have you already solved for yourself?
Okay, next up we have profession. This one's all about taking a skill from your 9 to 5 and spinning it out into its own business. Think about it. What skills have you learned at work that other people would gladly pay for? Hormozi talks about this registered dietitian who had to learn this super complex insurance billing system for her hospital job. So what did she do? She started a business teaching other dietitians how to do that one specific thing. And that business now brings in almost $1 million a year, all from a narrow professional skill.
And finally, the 3rd P. Passion. This is the stuff you are just obsessed with, you know? The articles you're always reading, the YouTube videos you watch in your spare time. For Hormozi himself, it was fitness. He was so obsessed he'd spend hours every day just nerding out on training techniques and nutrition plans. It got to the point where his coworkers were like, dude, if you don't start a gym, we will. They even offered to front him the money. See, your obsession can absolutely be your business.
Okay, now this is absolutely crucial, so listen up. You do not need a perfect idea. That's a total myth, and it's one that paralyzes so many people. Your goal, right now, is just to find your best bad idea. Seriously, just picking something, anything, is the first step because it starts the feedback loop. You just make it less wrong over time, and eventually that bad idea turns into a really great one.
Okay, so you've got your best bad idea from one of the 3 Ps. Awesome. Now it's time to figure out who you're actually going to help. Step 2 is the who. Who exactly is your ideal customer? So there are basically 3 places you can look to find your ideal customer. You can serve people who are just like you can serve people you've already helped before, maybe for free, or you can find underserved markets. But honestly, for starting out, the easiest and most powerful path is almost always that first one, serving people who are just like you.
And this brings up a huge fear a lot of people have, which is getting too specific. The myth is if I pick a narrow audience, I'm going to limit my income. But the reality is the exact opposite. Specificity is what allows you to charge a premium. Think about it. A generic time management PDF? Maybe you sell that for 19 bucks. But what about a time management system for outbound salespeople in the garden and power tools industry? Now that is specific, and that can be a $10,000 product. See? Specificity creates value, and it makes finding your people way, way easier.
Okay, we've got our what and our who. Now let's figure out what we're actually going to do for these people. Step 3 is the how. This is where we build your compelling offer.
And what I love about this is how simple motivation really is. You've only got 2 levers to pull. You either give your customer more of the good stuff, what you help them get or achieve, or you take away the bad stuff, the pain and frustration you help them avoid. That's it. Your offer is going to do one or both of these things, and the more you can do of both, the more irresistible it's going to be. Now, when you're talking about that bad stuff they get to avoid, you can frame it in two really clever ways. First, think about all the things they hate doing that they won't have to start doing, like, waking up at 5 a.m. And second, think about all the things they love that they won't have to give up. An offer that lets somebody keep their Taco Tuesdays? I mean, come on, that is way more appealing than one that forces them to give up everything they enjoy.
All right, this is it. This is the Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off moment. We've done all the prep work, right? The what, the who, the how. Now, in step 4, we are going to combine all of it into one single powerful sentence. This is your perfect pitch. This is where it all comes together. And here it is, the Hormozi Money Mad Lib. It is the simple formula that turns everything we've just done into your core business identity. It goes like this. I help who get the good stuff without the bad stuff. So simple, right? But it is incredibly powerful. You just fill in the blanks using the work we did in the last 3 steps.
Okay, let's look at this in action so it really clicks. Look at how specific and powerful these are. I help 45-year-old women who just had kids get back into their high school jeans without giving up time with their family. Boom, crystal clear. Or this one, I help nonfiction business authors get on the Wall Street Journal bestseller list without looking cringe. Perfect. This single sentence is your core message. It's what you're going to use to attract your perfect customers.
Okay, now for what is arguably the most important part of this whole thing. Because you can have the world's most perfect pitch, but it means absolutely nothing without action. Step 5 is all about getting those first customers and turning this idea into a real, actual business.
And here's the exact script to do it. And the best part? It's not salesy at all. It's super simple and authentic. So, step 1, a simple greeting. Step 2, a genuine, specific compliment about them or something they've done. Step 3, you just drop in that perfect pitch sentence we just created, and then, and this is the secret sauce, step 4, you ask, do you know anyone who might be a good fit for that? See? This takes all the pressure off. It just opens a door for referrals, which is an amazing way to land your first clients.
So what's the goal here? It's simple. Either send this message to 100 people, or spend 4 hours a day doing outreach. Just pick one of those metrics and commit to it every single day. This is the work. This is the part that separates the people who actually build businesses from the people who just talk about it. If you do this, you will get customers. It's just a numbers game.
All right, so let's wrap this all up. You now have the complete framework. You know how to find your what, your who, and your how. You've got the perfect sentence to describe what you do, and you even have the script to go find your first clients. You officially have your best bad idea. So the only real question left is this. What's stopping you from going out there and starting the process of making it less wrong? The only thing standing between you and your first customer is action. So, what are you waiting for?